In this lecture, we'll configure and use Log4J in our Lambda project. To do that, go to the patient checkout project, open the pom.xml. The first step is to add 5 different dependencies related to Log4j and the AWS support for Log4j. You can download this file by going to the resources section of this lecture, or if you have pulled the completed project from my GitHub, then you have all the completed projects with the complete pom.xml. You can copy these dependencies from there as well. It is up to you. Copy them inside the pom.xml, right next to the last development dependency and before the JUnit dependency, paste the dependencies. Go to patient checkout Lambda, and we'll be able to use the Log4j API now instead of the context.getLogger. So you'll comment out this Lambda logger, and we'll be using logger factory from SL4j, which will give us a logger instance dynamically. You pass in this class here. Dot class is where the logging is being done. Hit Ctrl+1, assign statement to a new local variable. This is our new logger. This logger will not have a log method, but it has tons of other methods depending on the log level. So info, this is all information when the method is running. Similarly, you can use debug, etc. depending on the log level. For exceptions, it's super easy to use logger. Take all that out, the string writer and all that. With Log4j, logger.error. When error happens, we will log it as an error, and it expects a string message. Pass in exception is : comma, the exception itself. That will print the stack trace in the log. It's that simple. Now we need to add the SL4j configuration or the Log4j configuration in the project as well, an XML file. For that, we can take the help of AWS documentation. Here we have a sample configuration that we can use. You can copy the contents of it from here, or you can go to the GitHub link up top and you can download the file as well. It should be named log4j2.xml. Come back to the project. We need a source main resources folder here. Right click, new source folder, src main resources should be the folder name. Create a new file. Under this new file, log4j2.xml. That is the name of the file, log4j2.xml. Paste the contents of it. We have the appender up top, which can include the AWS request ID thanks to AWS Lambda support for Log4j. And within the loggers, we specify that appender, which is defined up top. So we have the configuration, we have the dependencies, we have used Log4j in our code. The next step is to build, deploy, and test. Go to the console, clear it, build it, and we'll do a deploy and we'll come back and test it in the next lecture. So I will leave you once I run the deployment. By the time we come to testing in the next lecture, we should have the deployment ready.